Disney Star Wars is about to start ramping things up. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie is set to begin filming this June, followed by the Rey movie, and The Acolyte is set to release on Disney Plus this summer. And other rumored projects are reportedly also in the works.
Oh my God. The best part about this news is that it shows with upcoming Star Wars theatrical projects, there's quite literally something for everyone.
Lucasfilm still knows what they're doing.
Look, take their time, man. I think that they're also going to very much take their time and make sure that they get it right this time.
Fan of The Mandalorian? Obviously I am, because I fuck my Grogu doll every night instead of my fake wife. Here's a movie about Din and Grogu together.
Are you aware that nobody gives a shit?
Fan of the sequels? Here's a Rey film about her building a new Jedi Order.
You understand that if only sequel trilogy fans show up to see the Rey New Jedi Order film, it's gonna bomb worse than the Marvels, right? And speaking of the Rey film, let's just go through all the shill hype for these projects one by one, starting with that one. So I'm sure by now you've all heard the give Rey a second chance argument.
Give this a chance to surprise you.
Now, apparently, we're at the point where we need to start giving the sequel trilogy a second chance, specifically The Rise of Skywalker.
And I think enough time has gone by where my feelings towards Rise of Skywalker have cooled, and I can watch that movie again.
Loyalty to Disney. Loyalty to the brand. Loyalty is salvation.
I thought to myself, it might be time maybe to revisit that film and watch it again, and maybe do a thing for the channel and watch it.
Do it, Rocha. Please fucking do it. I double dog dare you.
I think it's impressive that she's going to be brave and be like, no, like she's still proud of those movies, which anybody who does that kind of work should be proud of the movies.
Oh, so Daisy should be proud of the sequel trilogy and being a part of the effort to destroy George Lucas's legacy forever.
Movies are subjective or objective, whatever the one is, where like it's someone might love it, another one's trash is someone's treasure, or vice versa. Like, and I found things to love about the sequel trilogy. So, call me a shill or whatever, but
in these people's crazy, delusional minds, they are proud of being a shill.
Like when she comes back and, as an older, wiser Jedi, it's going to be really cool.
I agree with you, Kevin. I hope we're not setting her up to be pushed down the line again, or to be lost in the whole angry side of Star Wars, the toxic side of Star Wars that goes after anything female related, because she certainly doesn't deserve it.
Rocha, when did the toxic fans, as you call them, ever go after Daisy Ridley? It never happened. That is fake news.
And then everybody was talking smack about how the Rey movie script leaks, which I think were BS anyway, were like ridiculous and it's a horrible script. And then suddenly her script got pushed for Mando, or her movie got pushed. And it's not the first one out. Now Mando's the first one out.
That is exactly what happened, by the way. Rey got bumped for Mando. They are hiding the Rey movie behind The Mandalorian and Grogu. It's not a coincidence this news came out right after the Charmin Obaid-Chinoy comments. And speaking of The Mandalorian and Grogu,
a lot of people since the pandemic just don't go to the theater that often anymore. So maybe this will come full circle and be like, okay, Mando and Grogu came along like right at the beginning of the pandemic.
And this movie's gonna bring all of those people back.
I'm doing movies in theaters again. We're starting again with Mando and Grogu.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Is this big enough to be like the first movie back in
Doesn't have to be big.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so The Mandalorian and Grogu, the first Star Wars movie in 7 years, does not have to be a big movie. There's a reason they swapped it with the Rey movie and are releasing this first, because they want this to be a big movie and they want this to make $1 billion. But of course, these are the excuses these people are going to use if this movie fails.
So like, I want it to be this big, huge thing, but looking back on it, like, a few years after that, it's not going to matter, especially if we are hopefully consistently getting Star Wars movies again.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to break it to you two shills. If Mando and Rey underperform, when Mando and Rey underperform, you're not getting any more Star Wars movies.
The Acolyte is going to be sick, dude. It's got Carrie-Anne Moss. It's got Vernestra Rowe from the High Republic. It's got Wookiee Jedis.
I'm personally very optimistic for The Acolyte, more than I was in the past.
You know, I can tell just by looking at Leslie Headland that this show is going to suck. And I'll take it a step further. This series is going to be Disney Lucasfilm's She-Hulk.
But one person who did catch the sneak peek in London has made a claim that when the show comes out, it will certainly be a Star Wars fan dream, especially for those who love lightsabers, Jedi and Sith adventures, and everything concerning the Force.
So when I hear Jedi Sith adventures, that makes me think that Disney Star Wars is going to once again break canon. And this show is going to contradict this line from The Phantom Menace.
The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
I do not believe the Sith could return without us knowing.
A millennium is 1,000 years. The Acolyte takes place 100 years before Episode 1. Jesus Christ, that means Yoda might be in it. So if the Jedi become aware of the Sith in this show, it breaks canon.
I don't know, maybe something with the Acolyte. Maybe they're really happy with it. Maybe they want to bring a movie in that era. I mean...
Shut up, you cunt!
I love the Kenobi show. I really enjoy it. I really like Reva as a character.
Look, as someone, and I get slammed online all the time about it because it's my favorite of the Star Wars series on Disney Plus. Kenobi, bring it on. And I think not that he needs to redeem it. I think he knows the backlash if people didn't like it. And I think like any athlete, it's like, all right, give me another shot. Like, let's do this again and let's see if we can do it maybe a little better this time.
Oh, okay.
So the same man who called Star Wars fans racist for not liking Reva wants those people to come back and watch the show. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Now, I didn't know this, but according to the shills, everyone universally loved Lando in the Solo movie.
He's already played this character in Solo, and everybody liked it.
You know, we can all argue about a lot of things in Star Wars, but everyone's like, no, Donald Glover's a good Lando. Done. He's good.
Everybody was pretty pleased with how he portrayed Lando. So I feel
I think people almost universally praise his Lando.
Yeah.
Where is all the love from the fans for this character? I haven't seen it. And the reason he's getting so much love from people like you is because he's an alphabet person and you just want to see him have orgies with men, women, and droids.
If Lando was going around and just sleeping with women left and right, you could see a lot of ways how that could go down a uncomfortable road in 2024.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
If Lando is sleeping with men and women left and right,
and droids,
I think we're kind of good.
Lando sleeping with just women would make people uncomfortable, but Lando sleeping with men, women, and droids...
Oh, he can do some really weird stuff.
Yeah.
And I want him to.
Who wants chowder?
This is what these freaks want Star Wars to be.
Trans characters, non-binary characters, gay characters. I think that it is good, and I'm glad that they are taking a hard stance at really making sure that everyone is in this universe. Some kids are going through exactly that.
Jesus Christ, these two are fucking disgusting. They want to talk to your underage kids about being gay. They want to talk to your underage kids about being trans, just like Disney does.
It's so important to have content for that age group showing that kind of stuff and, saying that that's okay.
The first female we've ever captured on To Catch a Predator.
And at the end of the day, that's exactly what these people are.
Disgusting!
All of the hype, most of which is fake, for all of these projects, this is what Christian Harloff meant when he said,
I've been busting my fucking ass being a Star Wars fan for 5 fucking years.
I feel
on
the
show.
same way about...
Thanks for watching. Please make sure to check out some of the other Star Wars content already live on the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.